Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another Sinner Sunday. I'm your host, Mr. Deadman. Never mind this imagery in the background. That baby is totally not being sacrificed for Satan. That's just for horror, okay? Look, I'm a man who struggles with his faith, obviously. I have my vices, I have my flaws, just as much as you do, right? Maybe more so. But what I do on these Sinner Sundays is I bring up a Bible verse and talk about it. Not to be like a Bible study, not to be like necessarily a Jesus fanatic, but as someone who is trying to understand it and ask you, what does it mean to you or for you? And I want to know. Okay. All right. Now I like this one. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Mark 8:36. Now, for what shall it profit a man? Now, this verse, if I'm looking at it from an agnostic point of view, is this verse just a way, is it a way to be weaponized, used to make common folk happy with what they have, right? Maybe. But if I look at it from a Christian perspective, like, what does it matter? Like, these material gains you work so hard for, all the profits you have, what does it matter when it doesn't factor at all for who gets past the gates? Right? If you sin to make that money, which you probably would have to, then is it worth it? If there's a heaven, it's probably not worth it. Now, when I read something like this, I'm not thinking of the average guy who and chick who maybe works overtime to make extra money. You know, you do make sacrifices, right? You make sacrifices where I could spend less time with my family, more time at work, to make overtime, to bring more to the household, so we have more. I am sacrificing. I am making a profit. But am I losing my soul in that? No. Are you even losing your soul when you do business? No. But if you're doing, like, if you're stealing from others outright, if you're intentionally causing harm, even if you profit off of death, yeah, that's a bad thing, huh? If you're in the business of making weapons, making bombs, making profits off that, well, I can understand that business is necessary because we are humans and we do fight each other and need to have these weapons to defend from any attack. It's probably something that would that fit here? Would that be something that where you trade your soul for the world? Televangelists. I really think of televangelists when I think of this as well. Like your Jim Bakkers. You know, they get on TV, they ask for more donations. They say it's helping the church. It's helping them. It goes to their pocket. It goes to another jet. They already didn't need the first jet, but they need a second jet because the first one, it got boring. They push products that are not what they are, not how they're described, like the Jim Baker buckets. If you don't know what they are, they're these buckets of food, powdered food, that are supposed to last you through, I guess, a pandemic, last you through an apocalypse. It's powdered food that is horrid. No one would eat that stuff. Think of your Joel Osteens. Think of your Kenneth Copelands. Kenneth Copeland, didn't he tried to cure everybody just by blowing on them? Cure everybody of the COVID-19 just by blowing. Raking in profit as he does that. Peddling snake oil. Is it worth it? Now, this verse, it's not necessarily saying money, is it? It's saying if he shall gain the whole world. But when I look at that, I'm thinking, obviously that means wealth and resources, right? Because, I mean, what else is it? What else could it imply? Like you become a world leader? A dictator? This is one of the reasons why the Joel Osteen types, they don't see this applying to them. Right? Because it's not necessarily talking about money. Though the word profit is there, it's not in the context really of money. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about this? I know these Sinner Sundays are pretty short. Because what else can I say? What else can I add? For this particular verse, can't really think of any other angle. About it. So yeah, the televangelists, people who, I guess, businesses that profit off of death and misery. This I would think this applies to them. World leaders. This definitely applies to them. Politicians. This applies to them. Your presidents, your dictators, your governors, your whatever Winnie the Pooh is over there in China. Was he? He's not a voted-in president. What is he supposed to be? World Chinese leader. China's leader. Yeah, this definitely applies to them. But what do y'all think? Who else would it apply to? Or does it not really? What about really... I mentioned sacrificing time with the family. What about when you go so as far as to cut out family altogether to keep wealth, to hog resources, things like that? Like maybe the dad or the mom who has a lot of money who cuts out the kids, or maybe they got the money from doing various things to the kids. Maybe they profited off the kids. Maybe they gave the kids a YouTube channel to pretty much profit off of their work. Maybe they're a child actor, profit off their work, kept the money, and then when the child became a little wiser, cut them off. Like, just disappeared. Could apply. I would think it would. Now, what about for you? Like, does this apply to you? I think about it sometimes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this Sinner's Sunday. Y'all have a good one.